Good day, students, soldiers, sexy women, especially Sophia, and snot-nosed children that just need taught a lesson by the ultimate digital sports machine that is I, Sensei Had a bit of audio issues in the last stream. I'm here to remedy that in the only way I know how, in a savage form. No, but it's a bit ridiculous that I had three controllers and a headset all go bad. I said this gonna be a good stream. But obviously, if you want to see like how quick my creative genius is, you gotta check this out on a last stream. And I was talking about, we'll do the music first, and then we'll get into some more serious stuff. But I was getting into I was talking about music, and I mean, this kind of ties into the serious stuff too. The music today is so trash. Like, the beats are all fly. The beats, the music. But I can't think of a single composer aside from, like, I guess I should say female composer. Basically, what I'm trying to get at, I'm not gonna say that they're not good, but that they don't bitch. Like, the music is just like, they make this cool kick-ass beat, and then it's just either they get on the song and bitch and complain and moan and talk about sad shit, or they just try to talk about how awesome they are. Basically, there's never any, like, with many. And it's not the women's fault. It's the world that. I mean, yeah, it's the fucking producer's fault for letting such fucking dog shit music. It's like not fun. It's never. Like, even when I think of like a fun song. Like, the last fun song I know that, like, a female artist did, I think of Miley Cyrus' Party in the USA. But even in that song, she was like, wanted people to, like, feel bad for me. Like, oh, I'm a girl that's out of place. I'm such a, it's not like I'm the 3.5 billionth female on this planet. It's like, as if I'm so special, I'm so out of place. I'm so out of place. Little me with the millionaire daddy. I'm so out of place. But anyway, so this is an example of that. This fucking song that that little weirdo did called Bad at Love. She just, like, gets on the song and starts bitching and talking shit. She's like, I had all these people and they were great, but I was a bitch to them. Now here's a song. But the beat is fire. I can hear the beat in my head right now. The piano hitting, the drum kit hitting. Also, like I was saying, eventually in the dojo, I'm gonna get like a computer. That's another thing that doesn't make sense to me about how I can have a cell phone with a shit ton of images on it, shit ton of videos, shit ton of, like, 16 different windows of internet opened up on it, like 3/4 of the memory filled on my phone, and it's snappy, it's flying through. Yet I bought this laptop that's like, 10 times the size, and shit. It doesn't make sense. Um, doesn't make sense. I can't even. I tried to plug in my webcam because I don't want to be doing these streams like this. Like I'm having to use Xbox, the Twitch, because these games are trash. Most people are just cheating on these games. I'm having these. I can't even get on. You can't even stream on YouTube from the Xbox, which doesn't make sense. I don't know. But irregardless, the sensei of Savage, the god of athleticism, the digital sport machine, the king of baby making music. That's why I wear the crown. As the king of baby making music, you must wear a crown as a king. The show will go on. Like I said, eventually I'll get a nice, hopefully a nice computer set up, and I'll be able to like record these, like pre-record them, set up the camera angles how I want them. I'd like to get to a point where I could do more of a show. Like I said, because just video games are so trash nowadays. If you watch any of my recent streams, you know it's aim assist, and then it's all the cheaters. It's like aim assists shouldn't exist, cheating shouldn't exist, and then obviously it's. I mean, you get into things like frame per second and FPS and ping and things like that. So basically, the closer you are to the server, the better it is that you'll play. I really need to go see a doctor and figure out why my fucking shoulders are so goddamn swollen. I mean, I don't feel like if you're 230 pounds and extremely good looking, I don't feel like your shoulders should be this big. But somehow, some way, my shoulders are fucking. I can't even wear extra large t-shirts. I had to switch to double XL because the distance between my shoulder up here. Let's see if this is a better angle for you. The shoulder and the where the lat is. If I wear any other size shirt besides a double XL, it pinches. It cuts off my circulation in that area. So I've had to switch to double XL. Yeah. But I don't have the gut. I don't have the gut to fill them out. You know, like most people that wear double XLs, they got that really like kangaroo pouch looking fucking gut. Looks like you could fit a kangaroo inside their gut. Okay, so the music, and then we're gonna get into some serious shit. Got a girl back home that likes to moan. She always talk dirty when she on the phone. You might catch me outside, but I'm getting dumb. Now that pussy getting wet and my dick full grown. Got a girl in my truck that likes to fuck. It always slides in like a hockey puck. She got that real beauty, no nip and tuck, and I'm always get it good. I don't need no luck. I believe. I catch my breath. That's why we're like I said on the last stream. That's why artists they do takes, and why they're always at concerts playing the soundtrack of their song, because it's literally most songs are impossible to get through in one breath. My favorite one was like a Drake challenge. There was like a verse that Drake did that was insanely long, but I called it like the Drake challenge. Like if you could say that whole verse, that your lungs were in good shape. So let me get that verses 1 and 2. Got a girl back home that likes to moan. She's always talking dirty when we on the phone. You might catch me outside, but I'm still getting dumb. Now the pussy get wet and my dick full grown. Alright, one more time. Like I said, I'm taking this song "Bad at Love" and taking all the bitching and moaning and shit talking out of it and making it just a song about the song that you would expect out of the king of baby making music, the sensei of savagery, the god of athleticism, the digital sport machine, the man with a great goatee. All right, here we go. Got a girl back home that likes to moan. She always talk dirty when we on the phone. You might catch me outside, but I'm getting dome. Now that pussy getting wet and my dick full grown. uh, got a girl in my truck that likes to fuck. It always slides in like a hockey puck. She got that real beauty, no nip and tuck, and I'm always get it good. I don't need no luck. That verse, I always hit that one good. Got a girl in my truck that likes to fuck. It always slides in like a hockey puck. She got that real beauty, no nip and tuck, and I'm always get it good. I don't need no luck. It's that first one. I'm wondering if I'm not getting it just right. Got a girl in my home that likes to moan. She always talk dirty when she on the phone. You might catch me outside, but I'm getting dumb. Now that pussy getting wet and my dick full grown. I mean, that's pretty good. That sounds pretty good. I believe that you're about to see how be when I'm busting me. Look, I'm always gonna make you shake, yeah. I'm always gonna make you quake, yeah. I'm always gonna make you take us. I'm ready, love. Ooh, ooh. I see you, baby, trying. Got that pussy crying, saying, ooh, I'm gonna come. Ooh, ooh. You always say I fix you the way I fucking hit you. I'm ready, love. Swagged out. I'm gonna hit that chorus one time. I believe that you're about to see. I'll be when I'm busting me. Look, I'm always gonna make you shake, yeah. Always gonna make you quake, yeah. Always gonna make you take us. I'm ready, love. Ooh, ooh. I see you, baby, trying. Got that pussy crying, saying, ooh, I'm gonna come. Ooh, ooh. You always say I fix you the way I fucking hit you. I'm ready, love. I went back to, got a girl on my boat that likes to throw. That pussy so wet she can feel the mold. If she wanna run my world, she can have my vote. And when it comes to, I couldn't remember how this verse. Like I said, I just wrote this song the other day. I kind of forgot about it, so we'll run that back. I got it. I'm just like reading it. If you watch my last stream, the last stream I did this song, but the feedback on the mic was horrible. Like I said, somehow during my move of the dojo, I'm guessing it was just some fucking nerd, some fat pimple having or scrawny, like little dick having, no definition having dorks, like fucked up my fucking some ugly motherfuckers basically. And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the serious, but I want to get this song out real quick because we're gonna get into that. We're gonna dive into the ugly motherfuckers of this world. Verse 3. Got a girl on my boat that loves to throw. That pussy so wet she can feel the mold. She would. Got a girl on my boat that likes to throw. The pussy so wet she can feel the mold. If she wanna run my world, she can have my vote. And when it comes to making love, she can always be the go. Ooh. Verse 3 again. Wait for this useless fucking game to reload. Yeah. Got a girl in my boat that loves. Got a girl in my boat that likes to throw the pussy so wet she could feel them all. If she wanna rule my world, she can have my vote. And when it comes to making love, she gonna always be the goat. Yeah. Got a girl on my boat that likes to throw pussy so wet she can feel them all. If she wanna have my world, she can have my vote. Look, nope, nope, nope. But it's quick. It's quick talking, folks. It ain't easy. It ain't always easy. Got a girl in my boat that likes to throw the pussy so wet she can feel them all. If she wanna run my world, she can have my vote. And when it comes to making love, she gonna always be the goal. Got a girl on my boat that likes to. Got a girl on my boat that likes to throw the pussy so wet she can feel the mo. If she wanna run my world, she can have my vote. And when it comes to making love, she can always be the goal. Got a girl in my bed that loves my head. Got that pussy locked down like a fucking fed. I never leave my girl on fucking red, and I'ma fuck that pussy good until I'm fucking dead. And like I said when I first filmed this stream, that's some good fucking right there. Like, a lot of people be throwing the word fucking in their songs, but that might be the best series of fucking that's ever been put down on a mic. You know what I'm saying? Got a girl in my bed that loves my head. Got that pussy locked down like a fucking fan. I never leave my. Got a girl in my bed that loves my head. Got that pussy locked down like a fucking fed. I never leave my girl on fucking red, and I'ma fuck that pussy good until I'm fucking dead. Hey, what? Got a girl in my bed that likes my head. Got that pussy locked down like a fucking fed. I never leave my girl on fucking red, and I'ma fuck that pussy good until I'm fucking dead. I believe that you're about to see. I'll be when I'm buzzing me. Look, I'm always gonna make you shake, yeah. I'm always gonna make you quake, yeah. I'm always gonna make you take us. I'm ready, love. Ooh, ooh, I see you, baby, trying. Got that pussy crying, saying, ooh, I'm gonna come. Ooh, ooh, you always say I fix you the way I fucking hit you. I'm ready, love. Ratted love. Sensei Savagery. Better than original. Original. Oh. Where to go from there? What's bothering me is this mic here. Not quite tall enough. I had to hunch over a little bit. Uh, but I mean, so I don't know what else you expected from the king of baby making music except something that people are gonna make babies to. You know what I'm saying? None of that bitching shit. None of that bitching shit. So getting back to that, um, and going back to the last stream, like I said, there's so many good tunes out there that well, first let's get into the god of athleticism. So the king of baby making music. We got the tune out. That's how we do. You can watch my more recent streams. I've been fucking putting Savagery, king of baby making music remixes out there, fucking real shit. Taking fucking goofy ass fucking songs, like songs with hot beats, and making them actually fucking make the lyrics not cunty shit. Um, let's see. But yes, so also what I mentioned in last stream is I fucking watched one of the worst performances that I can't even believe it. Like people didn't get their money back or some shit. That fucking uh, that fight between Jake Paul and Nate Diaz was the most fake. It wasn't a fight. It was a performance. Um, it was Jake Paul carrying Nate. I don't know if Nate was drunk or if he was. I mean, he was obviously probably high. I don't know if he is just smoked himself to the point that he can't perform the same way he used to be able to, or what. But what I'm trying to say is Jake carried him that fight. He let Nate Diaz do the Nate Diaz shit every round. The stuff that appeals to the crowd, or like sit there and fucking wave Jake on or fucking point at him. Haha, I tagged you. The generic, the shit that you would see in like a wrestling match. When Hulk Hogan starts throwing out this shit, or when Cena's doing this shit. It was literally like watching a wrestling match. It was just Jake Paul fucking taking a few punches. He started hitting Nate and realizing like, oh shit, this fucking CTE fucking drug alcoholic mess in front of me can't quite handle these punches like the other people that I do these fake little performances with. So I have to like throw half-ass my punches. And then Nate looked like he was in on it, and that he was throwing. He looked like he was throwing punches about as hard as a toddler does. I don't know if that's because he doesn't. No, there's no. It's there. It can't be anything but he just can't do things the way he used to be able to do them. But he just had a good fight with Leon Edwards. But maybe that was like a couple years ago now, and I'm like, in my head, it was only like 6 months ago, that fight with Leon Edwards where he was throwing good punches, tagged him at the end. But so now I look at everyone. I don't know. That was just a bad performance. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't even a boxing match. It was a performance. It was a fake thing. It was basically a wrestling match. I don't even know why anyone at ESPN would even post that. It was just a pathetic excuse for a performance. It wasn't even a good performance. It wasn't even like two guys coked out of their mind, can't feel a thing. We're going to sit there and say, let's just fucking punch each other like as hard as we can for 20 minutes. If you feel like you need to give up, take a dive. I mean, that's usually what, like, those are the good performances, the best performances you get. And like I said, I call them performances because, like I said, there's drug enhancement. Like a real fight, a real boxing match is a couple sober dudes, and they have a good fight. You'll see good technique, ups and downs. But a lot of times what you get is just a couple of fucking coked out dudes that can't feel anything. So the technique just goes out the window, and they just sit there and wail on each other until someone's, high stops and they fucking go unconscious. So Jake Paul and Nate Diaz, I'm ashamed of you guys. And then that goes back to the fucking retard that keeps showing up. I don't know why he's on anyone's feed. I don't know why a sex trafficker is even showing up as a fucking Andrew Tate. I finally watched one of his fights, and it was like he found people like in huts and villages that didn't even know what fighting was. That's what it looked like he was doing. Is he went around the world, found people that had no idea what fighting was, and convinced them somehow to get in a ring with him. And then also he told him, there was one fight where the guy literally didn't throw a punch at him for like the entire fight. It was like he told the guy, hey, every time I punch you and you don't get knocked out, you get $1,000. But every time you punch me, you lose $1,000. That was what it looked like the deal was. The guy just did this. He didn't look like he knew how to fight. So he's full of shit. As far as I can tell. I think I don't say full of shit as in I think he knows what he's doing. Obviously, he's trained. The same with Jake Paul. Same with Nate Diaz. They know what they're doing, but they've built a nice thing. Like you make a cake, right? But if you fuck up the icing, you did all that work for nothing. So these guys, They know how to bake a cake. They know how to fight. But then the icing on the cake is putting on a good fight against a good opponent. These guys either they take cake opponents, like literally, I think some of those guys that he was fighting have never fought, never even seen a fight in their life. Yeah, aside from their, you know, whatever, the time that they had to fight over the soccer ball in their village or whatever the fuck. And then that, or they just do these rigged little worth performances. Is basically a WWE match, and that was the joke I made. I was like, a WWE match there would be more damage in a WWE match than there was in that performance. I'm not going to call it a boxing match. I'm not going to call it a fight. And that performance between Nate Diaz and Jake Paul, because in like at least in wrestling matches, they're jumping off the ropes, they're landing from pretty high up, they're slapping each other in the chest, sometimes in the face, hard slaps. So, as the god of athleticism, I do not approve of those chumps at all. I would like to see him fight people that actually know how to fight. I mean, even though Jake Paul, Tommy Fury was kind of boring, it's like I don't know. I don't know. It just seemed more. I have to rewatch that again. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, but they were just very both. I don't know if this was also again they were trying to extend the fight, or they didn't want to knock each other out. It's like they didn't want, or they did want to. I don't know. It was weird. It seemed like they were also stretching that fight out, like trying to make it longer than it needed to be. And then it was like you always see like it's like they'll land a good punch, they'll wobble the guy, but then they can't. They don't ever finish the fight. Like I don't know. Maybe that's they just don't know how to finish a fight. Some people don't know how to finish a fight. That's fair. So then we really wanted to get into what I wanted to talk about was what did I cover? So I did the King of Baby Making Music. As always, you're getting Sensei Savagery. So, that is the main ingredient, and everything you give for me is the savagery. You're not getting good posture because this mic isn't quite perfect, but I know I still look good, better than all of you. Sorry, not sorry. The crown might have to come off in a second. I might have to hit pause here and take this thing off because it is heavy lies. The crown. Even though to me it's like feathers, but still. Oh, I'm good. I'm just gonna take it off. Oh. Oh. Get my neck cracking. I know I probably got some marks on my head now. Hold on one second. We'll go hat it up just to cover up mine. Oh, you guys want to see the gains? We've been going. It's mostly been in my legs. I don't think I can get my legs in the. I don't know. That's not really for the stream. That's more for. I mean, maybe if I ever get a high production, we can get some camera angles where you can really see the amount of space I take up when I'm just in my being, But that's more for my, Twitter uh, for all the sexy women in the dojo, and all the I mean the students and soldiers too that want to learn what a real man's physique looks like and how to achieve it. I've got workouts. I put my workout there out there too, because I know the students, I know the soldiers, I know the snot-nosed children and the sexy women. They need something to look up to. You know, a good physique that doesn't. There's no steroids in my physique. There's no extra testosterone. There's no HGH, which is why fucking all these NBA basketball players' kids are fucking keeling over because they're giving their kids HGH. And as we know, people that have the giants like Andre the Giant and some of those other guys that have that, it's either their pineal or pituitary gland. They get that where the body won't stop producing human growth hormone, and eventually the heart gives out because the heart can't keep up with the body. You know, the supplying blood and the heart can't keep up with producing that much human growth hormone, or it just can't control it. But anyway, I cracked a code, man, that kind of has blown my mind. And I figured out, and I put it as one of my Twitter posts, and I just want to get it out. I figured out why this world is so evil, why it's so dog shit, why the few have so much, and the many have so little. I mean, we have a lot, but it's there. It's like there's a layer of evil. Like we have all these. I have the internet, and my phone, and running water. And thankfully I know how to filter. I filter my water and clean my water. I've got a vehicle, all these different things. But then it's like there's I get spam emails and just spam bullshit all the time, and it's like there's a layer of like evil. It's like or like I make decent money, but then rent between rent and then paying for properties. It's like the amount of money you have to be. It just doesn't. Anyway, so I'm gonna get into it. So to me, the way I look at it is, and basically, I'll just go ahead and say it. It's um, the evil geniuses of the world, and I've figured out. So I took history class, and we learned about the world wars, and they were like, oh, it was over territories and oil, and it was people mistreating. It was more along the lines of people mistreating other people, and I figured out that early on, what started the world wars is they figured out how to grow humans outside of the womb. So, and that's what, and I just did a little research on this, and I don't know why this isn't more common knowledge or why people don't. So, IVF is very common knowledge. IVF is removing eggs out of a woman so that you could, and then you take sperm from a man, and then you combine them in a laboratory setting, and then and then you create an embryo, and then the embryo you can even grow in a laboratory setting. You don't need a womb. Like it's like the way I like to put it is like it was like they used. It's just like the karma of all karmas, or like it's like a silly. You use a needle. Obviously, you use a needle to extract eggs from a woman's a uterus or whatever the fuck. But to get the eggs out, I know there's another name in there that I'm forgetting. Uterus something. But where the eggs are at, like normally inside the woman, they use a needle. So I was like, oh wow. So they invented a needle to create clothes that protect people on the outside. First, that was what needles were used for, needle and thread, to make clothes. And then they figured out, oh, we can use needles to protect people on the inside, as in like with vaccines and injections and stuff like that, to help with surgeries. And they figured out, oh, so we can literally take people from a person's inside, and create create them on the outside. So, what I'm getting at with this procedure, this IVF, I thought it would be more of like I thought it would be a very a noticeable like procedure. Like when you had that done, your eggs extracted, there'd be like a scar. I thought they would like have to like cut you up open and go in and do it. It's not that. It's literally like I read it was like a 20-30 minute procedure. They go in with the needle, they pull the eggs out, doesn't even leave a scar or a mark really. So that was what started the world wars. It's pretty early on, and it would have been easy to figure out. It's like if you had to figure out how a car works, as soon as you know you need air, fuel, and electricity to create, the movement involved in a vehicle, you can kind of, you can start making a puzzle in your mind. Okay, how do I get all this stuff to happen? So they figured out, okay, well, what do you need for a baby inside a womb? And again, I'm kind of like a doctor. I mean, I've done a lot of research. I mean, I'm not, certified anywhere, but if you were fucking cut up, I could stitch you shut. Or if, you told me, hey, you need to cut this out of someone, I could, I'd figure out, I could do it. It's not, really, literally, there's nothing that anyone does in this world that's that special, because anyone can learn to do it. Anyone can learn to do anything if you sit down and teach them. So that's why I hate when people get all high and mighty. It's like, anyone could do your job. Anyone could do anyone's job. Anyone could do my job. Well, I mean, yeah, anyone that has done as much research as me, as far as, and I mean, this is a bit of a job. This is me, and I don't hear a lot of people doing this job that I'm doing, which is trying to make this world not evil. Most people are content with the evil, but it's not their fault, like I said. So I'm getting into that. So the World War started because they figured out, okay, so like I said with the car, once you figure out how the inside of a car works, it's pretty easy to start puzzling pieces together that you would need to. So they figured out, okay, well, this is how a baby's fed through the umbilical cord. You've got the placenta that filters and like the liquid that they're in, the blood basically. So they figured out, okay, so they created a womb outside of making basically the female 9 months irrelevant. Like the need for a woman. All you need is a woman for her eggs. Not only that, it is so the minor pain that it causes. So literally, I think that they just went around the world kidnapping women and taking their eggs. Or they wouldn't even have to. They could literally, in the night, drug a woman, take her eggs, and she would wake up thinking, if they did it like around the time of like a normal menstrual cycle with the moon, the woman would just wake up and be like, oh, that's weird. I'm having my, not weird. She'd be like, oh, this is normal. I'm having my cramps. Not knowing that in the night, someone came and took her eggs. Bro, that is some evil genius shit. And I think that's why women today are such cunts. Is because that technology came about, and it is, like I said, it is evil. It is evil genius, because that is what they were doing. That's what it came to. That's why I talk about so many Eastern, especially at that time, Eastern Hemisphere people, even today, looking alike. Most of the Asians look alike. Most of the Italians look alike. Most of the Africans from certain areas look alike. Most of the Germans look alike, etc. Going on and on and on and on. Russians, most of the Russians, especially ones that are like in military parts of those parts of the world, the parts where the military was popping off, where the technology was popping off. You see that they all kind of fucking look the same. It's because that technology of growing people inside machines, not needing to being able to just steal eggs from a woman without her knowing, without her having any idea. You can steal eggs from a woman and she will have no idea. She'll be like, oh, but I'm having cramps. That's fucking insane. Now, I don't know if you could steal sperm from a guy. I don't know if you can do the same thing with like a needle into the balls or something and take the sperm out. I don't know if it works like that. I feel like as a guy, you would wake up and be like, my fucking balls hurt. They don't usually hurt like this. With a woman, they can't. If you like I said, if you timed it around the normal menstrual cycle of the moon, the woman would just be like, oh, I'm having cramps. That's insane. Like I said, so I'm pretty sure that's what. Um, I don't know how no one's ever made this connection before. Why it's me having to make this connection. Why it wasn't told to me this way in the history books. It was just like they just said, people were mistreating people. And it's like, well, what were they? What they were doing is they were harvesting people. They. I think about specifically because that's the one that they taught us the most about the Nazis, that they were gathering Jews and gassing them and killing them. But they didn't, and they said that they were doing medical tests on them. But they didn't say what their ultimate goal was to extract their genetic material, basically extract eggs from the women, extract, sperm from the men that they thought were worth a shit. Probably had to make them fight to the death, the men, I would imagine. And, I mean, or who knows, maybe they just killed all the men and just kept mostly the women. Because they wanted to create a generation, like, they were just trying to, get their seed throughout the whole world. But then that's why they end up ugly now, because we all know what happens with inbreeding. You end up with, fewer chromosomes than you're supposed to have. You end up with lazy eyes and cleft lips and fucking receding hairlines and funky teeth and all kinds of shit. So when you, as a society, if your whole society is based on only a few evil geniuses being able to breed a whole bunch of, basically the whole population, the whole female population being bred with a few evil geniuses, eventually those if they're hanging around each other, eventually those kids are going to start fucking. So then you have inbreeding. It's crazy, right? That's I mean, it's pretty odd. Obviously, they have the technology now. They're talking about they don't even need the genetic material. They don't need the woman's, and I think that's probably bullshit. That sounds like some nonsense. But I read that on the internet that they don't need the sperm and they don't need the. But they still need some sort of genetic material. They were saying they can use monkey eggs, but if they have like hair follicles, they can alter like a monkey egg to end up like a person or some shit like that. But irregardless, like I said, that's literally why the world is that evil, that technology. Like I said, it's not, and to me, like the way I put it is, it's a beauty to. How did I put it? Is a shining example of how awesome our species mind is, about how advanced we can get at problem solving, and with the use of technology, a little bit of magnetism, a little bit of conductive metals, the type of a little bit of tree bark, a little bit of um, you know, a little bit of ingenuity, a vacuum here, a pump there, um, the type of things that we can invent. That literally you can, literally made the female process of carrying a child obsolete, not needed. Um, but obviously that technology destroyed the world. It ended up in the wrong hands. weapons. It wasn't used properly. Like I said, I think it got to the point where they weren't quiet about it. They weren't like how I described, sneaking in the night during the menstrual cycle where the woman's already in pain, extracting some eggs, so she doesn't even realize, putting her to sleep, with the drugs or whatever, little chloroform action, and then taking the eggs. I think they were kicking down people's doors, just snatching people up, and that's how the war started. They were literally kicking in doors, knocking in doors, saying, give us these, give us these people. They weren't doing it quiet, so it just they ruined it in that matter. That's how the war started, was because that technology was out. If you just think, yeah, there's the evil depravity behind that, and like I said, I think that's why. I mean, that's why there's our past and present is filled with, as I put it in my tweet, death, destruction, and despair. Our past and present is filled with death, destruction, and despair, because evil, literally the most evil people that will ever exist, and that's why if you're like, oh, I'm a drug dealer, I'm a badass, or I'm a fucking thug, I'm a gangbanger, I'm a stripper, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a fucking I'm an NFL football player, I'm a soldier, I'm a fucking construction worker, I'm a bad dude, or if you're, I'm a bad bitch, I go around robbing dudes. You ain't bad at shit. When there's an evil genius out there that could sneak into your room at night, take your eggs without you having any idea, and create their own child from you, you ain't bad at shit. That's bad. That's bad as fuck. That's some wild shit. That's wild shit. And that's real shit. That's real. That's a real thing. That can really go down. Someone can come in your room, take your eggs, and you would never even know. You'd have no idea. So if there's that level of evil in the world that exists in the world, that's why you see, and it's like, so what, then basically it's all, that's why most of the society is the evil people. They're trying to manipulate the society into this sexualizing children, the LGBT blah 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 blah. Basically, they're trying to make people content with not having mates because they're taking all of them. They take all of them, or they want to take all of them. Or they don't even need to. They can just create them and then manipulate them. Like, if you think about how like moldable a young mind is, if you're evil enough, you can mold a young mind, male or female, into doing just the most dumbest, disgusting shit. And it's like you see like the most successful women, and I always look at it, if you want to look at like where culture's at, you look at where the women are at, because like I said, you don't look at the men, because the men they're usually hiding in dark corners. You don't see the ones that are really pulling the strings. You see the dumbasses. They promote the dumbass dudes, the Andrew Tates, who's a dumbass, the fucking Jake Pauls, who's a dumbass, the fucking Nate Diaz, who's a dumbass. He used to be smart. I think I don't know. I can't say he used to be smart, but he used to be like a samurai, fucking at least a warrior, like in his mind. But they promote the dumbasses. Because they want, the fucking athletes that are getting drunk and doing all the steroids and human growth hormone and all this bullshit, fucking up their bodies, fucking up their minds. They promote all these fucking people, so that you, as us, as a society, as men, we slowly fall apart. As far as like the just leading us down a bad path, always promoting drugs and alcohol and shit like that. And then you look at the women, um, that they, even the most successful women in today's world are always miserable because they end up divorced. Some of the wealthiest women in the world, most successful women in the world, some of the most beautiful women in the world, they end up divorced. These actresses and singers, or they're successful, but their music is nothing but bitching and moaning about how horrible their life is. And the reason their life is horrible is because they're having to deal with some of the most evil people that have ever and will ever exist. Um, that's why, yeah, every one of these fucking, you know, every one of these dorks, these kids, these trust fund kids, they're having to deal with people that have money that didn't earn it. Like back in the day, motherfuckers had to, if you wanted to build a laptop, you know, or you wanted to, I shouldn't even say build a laptop. If you wanted some metal wire to help build a car or help build something, anything electrical, help build, like I said, help build a light bulb, you had to go down in that fucking mine yourself and pull that shit out. Those were the motherfuckers that were really working hard. Nowadays, these people, these women that get with these kids, these men that have all this money that don't, they're just evil people. They're feeding off the system that was created by evil people. I already talked about how evil people have been in the past. That's why our society, as an entire species, that's why our species, past and present, is filled with death, destruction, and despair. Because for our species' entire existence, it has been nothing but. I almost think at one point it was fairly, but yeah, it's been pretty evil, pretty fucked up, until and I always say, and I'll always because I'm your sensei, I always throw you a rope. There is good people out there. If you look at the Ten Commandments and the rule that was pretty early on in the Bible, to treat others as you'd want to be treated. If everyone follows those two things, the Ten Commandments and treating others the way you want to be treated, man, this world can be cool. But right now we're talking about kind of unfortunately that's not how everyone operates. But so I'm talking about, so these successful women are miserable because they're dealing with some of the most fucking retarded, stupid, evil people. And most of the men aren't stupid. I mean, they're street smart, or like I said, the ones that know how to grow a baby in a machine instead of a woman. Those guys, but that is a very select class of people that know how to do that. Most of these kids are just or most of these men are, their dad helped invent, or their great great grandpappy helped make the toaster. So every time a toaster gets bought, they make, they're dealing with people that have not worked a day in their lives, don't know hard work. So since they don't know hard work, they take the steroids, they take the HGH, they roid rage, they do the coke, they do all the drugs, all this, that, and the other. They're just shitty people because they've mostly never had to work for anything. And that's why their relationships are all fucking horrible. Yeah. Every kid that, like I said, their dad helped invent the toaster or whatever it is. But like I said, if you check out my video, the perfect world looks like. I mean, like I said, I always see a society where everyone's job is to just grow food. Like everyone would get a decent income. Everyone's job would be to grow food, learn to be basically a doctor, and learn to work some mechanical stuff, like how to, like, how the basics of electricity and internal combustion engines and turbines, like everyone would know a little bit of that. Everyone know a little bit about water purification and first aid. Like that would be people's jobs. It wouldn't be, like I said, but that's not what these evil geniuses want. They want people doing dumb shit like fucking dumping fries in a vat of fucking oil that's some of the most unhealthy shit on this planet. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to get this, make sure I recorded this. I did it as a tweet, but I wanted to get more into it because there's I don't want my fingers getting tired sitting there trying to type the whole thing out, and that's why uh, that's why the bullshit I have to deal with, like the people, like, yeah, like I said, I know how to fight. I know I'm one of the best hand to hand people in the entire world, but yeah, it's just the dumbasses I have to deal with on the daily is insane. Because most people are really just dumbasses, and they don't. Like I said, they think they're bad. Like, oh, I'm a badass. I'm a fucking drug dealer. I fucking, I fucking, whatever the fuck it is. I'm a fucking, I make houses on the daily. I work on cars on the daily. Or I'm a fucking stripper. Like with bitches. I get, and that's another thing is most of the time you're talking to robots, bitch. Like when you're fucking, and you're talking to, yeah, most of the time someone's stealing your eggs in the night. You are nothing, most of these bitches are nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like when you see these women, quote unquote, living these lavish lifestyles, they are most likely being chloroformed in their sleep and having their eggs taken. They are being entirely manipulated by evil geniuses, just throwing money at them so they can fucking buy their lobster and wine and literally, like, you'll see the men are so evil genius that they just let these women just drink themselves and smoke themselves into cancerous dying states. You know why? Because they have already grown another one of you in a lab somewhere. They don't give a shit if you fall apart. You're going to end up falling apart anyway. Might as well be sooner rather than later, huh? They drug them to the point that they end up with cancers and, liver failure and kidney failures and all that shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't care if you fall apart. You're only going to be good looking for so long. Eventually your shit's going to fall apart. And they don't want you to be around that long. They don't want to. They tolerate listening to their fucking nonsense about lattes and yoga and shit. So they can throw some money at them and, like I said, probably drug them most of the time. And bitches are so dumb they wake up like, oh, I'm a little groggy today. Oh, I drank too much. But I feel, I feel good. Shit. Like, it's like, yeah, because you probably got date raped. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm trying to think that if there was like, yeah, so none of y'all ain't like these people that are fucking make my life miserable. The fucking, the people that run rental properties, or the people that fucking collect taxes, or the people that fucking whatever mess up my fucking technology, mess up my controllers, or fucking make it so I'm not playing professional sports because I'm literally one of the best athletes I know on the entire planet, and I work a 9 to 5 job. If I got to train 24/7 and had someone fucking massaging me every day, I'd literally probably already be the heavyweight champ. If I was able to just sit here and train every day and eat and cook what I wanted every day. But like I said, I have responsibilities and other shit to do. But I still have fun when I'm doing. I found, I always find what, do something I can have fun doing. But so what I was trying to say is the people that I fucking have to deal with, you're not bad. They're the baddest motherfuckers on the planet are going around snatching eggs, growing people in fucking labs. Those people are badasses. That's badass shit. I wish it wasn't true, but that's badass shit. And like I said, I hope that those people that somehow, like I said in my tweet, I'm giving you this, I want to spread this knowledge so that people can learn and just realize that our society needs to change. That I just wish that, like I said, I see a society where everyone's job was to grow food. And then like once a month, there'd be like a kick-ass party. Of ages 20 to 40, get together for a party. Ages 40 to fucking, 100, get together for a party. There'd be just a festival of music and sports and obviously, and I would triple the amount of sports teams, quadruple, There'd be so many more sports teams. It'd just be all the time. And I broke it down a lot in my video. Like I said, this society is clearly designed by the evil geniuses. They want people to be depraved, sexually, physically fall apart, drugs and alcohol, shitty food with tons of fat in it. They want the family to not be a unit. They want the women to be able to get divorces. They just want it doesn't man or woman. They would just want the family to fall apart because they don't want the man to be around. That way they can sneak in at night and steal the eggs that they want. Yeah. So it's like you people that are like making my life. Well, first of all, you're not. Like I love this place is too cool for me ever for you to get on my nerves. I mean, I could sit here and jump on this camera and record myself, and I can sit there and pick up a baseball bat and be the best one on the fucking planet. I can put on fucking MMA gloves and literally be one of the best not on drugs fighters in the entire planet. The fact that I can do these things while still working a 9 to 5, you're never gonna ruin my mood. You're never gonna make me unhappy. The fact that I know that I can go do some farming if I want to, like I could just give up all this dumb shit and just help contribute to society by farming. Like I said, I just do what I do in my 9 to 5 because it's actually fun for me. Should I probably be teaching somewhere? Probably. Like teaching youth, how to be actual good grown men and women? Probably. Or should I be coaching probably a team to a professional title in whatever sport? Pick a sport. Pick an American sport, NFL, basketball, baseball. Should I be coaching / playing a team to a championship, doing one of the most, like being considered one of the god of athleticism, which I am. That's probably what I should be doing, but I don't because these fucking evil geniuses are very close around my life. My family's always been in the military. So yeah. I deal directly with the devil. But just know that no matter how fucking annoying y'all are, y'all never gonna fucking get on my nerves because I can kick your ass. I'm a better looking, I'm a better athlete, and I'm just a harder worker. And I mostly just because I'm better looking and I'm a better athlete and a better fighter. Like you're fucking not gonna get on my nerves. Because most of the time I'm wishing that you would swing so I could fucking kill you. Or maybe not. I don't want to kill. I shouldn't say that. So I can kill the character that you're being. The badass character that you are. Like I said, most of the time I do wish motherfuckers would swing. So that I could literally just ruin the rest of your life. So you'll never breathe the same. You'll never walk the same. I mean, you can ask the kid that got in a cage fight with me. Yeah. Like I said, in a street fight, man, I can't promise that I don't know. Like I said, it's just most of y'all are losers. who think they're badass. The real badasses, like I said, the real evil geniuses are out there fucking. They know how to fucking grow humans in a fucking robot. They go around snatching eggs, snatching bodies. That's a badass. None of y'all are badasses. There's like a select group, a tiny group of people that are real badasses. And they're the ones that, yeah, obviously created this society to where it's so depraved. Because that's just, they wanted to, it's just, yeah, it's just easier that way. If people were all, yeah. It's like if people are all fucked up, like being fucked up on drugs and sexually depraved, it's like they don't feel as bad. They're like, oh look, the people will do this fucked up shit, so we should keep doing so we can do our fucked up shit. All these other normal people that don't know the evil science. Like I said, I just hope that I can pray. I pray that I can help you reach down these people that do these evil things, and even these people that get on my fucking nerves and prevent me from being known as what I am, one of the best athletes in the world, one of the best minds in the world, best souls in the world. Like I said, most people, they just try to make my life miserable. Because like I said, I guess I'm probably just from good old soldier cloth. I'm not from evil genius cloth. I'm from soldier cloth. I'm from farmer cloth. I'm not supposed to be this fucking amazing looking athlete that's extremely genius and hardworking. I'm probably supposed to be in a field somewhere, like in the past, in a field somewhere that if shit went south, I was put on the front line with like a fucking rake, probably, and just so happened to make it to this point. Yeah. I'm just a hardworking person. And like I said, my life is surrounded by people that have always been spoiled by evil genius, evil science. Like I said, I'm hoping that I can help y'all reach into your souls and, help y'all learn the 10 Commandments, learn to treat others the way you would want to be treated, learn that everyone can work hard without having to work that hard. Everyone could contribute to society without having to work that hard. If everyone's contributing to society, no one has to work that hard. I'm hoping that y'all could learn some sharing, some caring, some love for our species, and the well-being of others, and hopefully start to use that technology, that amazing technology, for good instead of selfishness, selfish desires. Which, like I said, just going back to if you can grow someone in the lab, that means you can manipulate that someone into being whatever you want. And it's like I said, it's pretty clear that they're trying to keep the relationship separate. I mean, I've said, I'm just repeating myself, but the song was badass. The king of baby making music. Yeah. I believe that you're about to see. Boy, that song swagged the fuck out. Got into the god of athleticism shit, talking about the bullshit performances that I've had to see. And then we got into, shitty music, talking about these chicks that just, and like I said, I think that they're just paid to make fucking music that's, like, I don't even want to name names, but like, listen to any popular female artist, and it's just like, they just glorify being a pain in the ass for the guy. It's because the ultimate evil geniuses throw money at people that create conflict. Because like I said, they don't want men and women together. It's a lot easier for someone to go in there and steal a woman's eggs if there's not a guy in the house. It's a lot easier for, yeah. It's a lot easier for, but like I said, it doesn't, they can't fail because it's in our nature to be together as men and women. It's in our nature. It's down to the pheromones. We love each other, but it's the like I said, you can raise anyone to be anything. You know, back in the day, they used to raise people to be just assassins, and those people were that stone cold assassins. But even an assassin, that's why you always see in these movies, the beast always falls in love with the beauty, because it's like that's just how we're designed. We're designed to be in love with each other, designed to spend our lives together and enjoy each other. But the evil geniuses have done really good at creating a society that's makes just annoying people. You have it's created a society where it glorifies men that are fucking, you know, thugs or power figures, like abusive power figures, cops, thugs, athletes that do drugs and steroids and cheat their way, or women that are whores uh, and like I said, I went back to going back to all those the most successful women in the world they're literally just like I said, they're just little slaves. Um, it's crazy, really is crazy. But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm just one to somehow. I just hope that my ideas for a perfect world can fucking come to reality, because this is not it. This is a society that was built by some of the most evil people that will ever exist. I mean, if you want to see evil, I could show you evil. The things I would do to these people. Um, I mean, I guess it's not evil. I'd make them start a garden. I mean, that's what I would be like when I saw not too long ago. It was Abba and Preach. Most of their nonsense videos I don't give a shit about, but they were talking about this guy that you can YouTube Abba and Preach and see this. They were talking about this guy that pushed these two girls off a bridge because they wouldn't sleep with him. And my thing would be that they were like, oh, they should let the family push him off the bridge, or they should this, or they should this and that. I'm like, no, what you do is you remove that guy's hands and feet. You remove his hands and feet, because that's what, without his hands and feet, he couldn't have done that evil act. That's what the act was. And then you give him prosthetics and you make him work a garden every day for the rest of his life. And all those fruits and vegetables that he grows, or all the crops that he grows, you make him plow a field by hand. All the crops that he grows goes to the family. And you still give him a chance, and you try to teach him to be a God-fearing, God-loving person, that loves our species, that isn't fucked up in the head the way he is. And like I said, it's not most people's fault. Most people are assholes because that's what the evil geniuses have designed y'all to be. Fucking retarded, just fucking egotistic dumbasses. Male and female. That's what the evil geniuses, it's very obvious they want us, I'll say y'all because obviously I'm on a whole different plane here of thought and being. But yeah, I'm one of y'all. They want us to be sexually depraved at a young age, to be addicted to drugs, alcohol, and horrible food at a young age, so that they feel less bad about the evil decisions that they make. And they want us to hate each other so we don't fall in love, so they don't have competition with taking the women's eggs, and they're growing all these people somewhere. And like I said, there's probably every one of us has a clone somewhere that's being held in a dungeon. Probably a really kick-ass dungeon. They probably have TV and all kinds of shit and sex toys and whatever the fuck. Good food, but that's soulless, that thinks that doesn't even realize this outside world exists. But it's just pretty obvious that this society is just it's fucked up. But like I say, you're always gonna learn something in the dojo. Don't worry, there's hope. As long as I'm here, as long as someone's hearing this, there's hope. I'm gonna keep working hard. I'm gonna keep being better than y'all that get on my fucking nerves. Because like I said, I think the evil geniuses pay the people that are around me to make my life annoying. They pay the people because I know so fucking much. Because I am a fucking badass. Because I am better looking. So, anyway, love y'all. As always, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day. The Sensei of Savagery. The digital sport machine. The god of athleticism. The king of baby making music, baby. We out here. I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot to take in. I'm hoping good people will be able to help me. I don't know. I just don't know. I think most people are just too dumb or too paid off to be worth a shit. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've already designed the perfect society. It's out there. It's possible. It's just, will it ever come to fruition? Or will we just keep seeing more nonsense about LGBTQ and fucking guys that run human trafficking, fucking trying to tell you how to live your life, or fucking, drug addicts talking about legalize this. And I mean, yeah, I believe you should be able to do whatever drugs you want as long as you're not hurting people, but they don't. Anyway, that's a whole different rabbit hole. Or all these female artists talking about, oh, guys suck, or all these male artists talking about, I'm a badass because I fucking deal drugs. It's like literally, that's just evil geniuses paying people to promote friction, promote conflict. So that's really all it is. I see through it. Y'all are a fucking bunch of dumbasses. There are a few of y'all that are evil geniuses. I will say there are some evil geniuses. That's some badass shit. That is some badass shit to be able to go into the night, steal some eggs, and grow a whole ass human from your seed in a fucking robot. That is some fucking wild shit, boy. Some wild shit, dog. But I feel like it could be used more for good, yeah? Or maybe don't make so many of yourself. Because then you end up just fucking yourself. You end up inbred. If you do, like I said, that's why I always said, you can't. If one guy fucked every woman in the world and all the kids of the next generation were his kids, he'd end up fucking himself. He'd end up inbred. It's not. Gotta have some variety. Like I said, I don't know. I love y'all. I'm sorry I'm sorry that our past is so dark. Our species past is so dark. It's kind of crazy. It's a bummer. But, as they say, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm here to try to spread love and knowledge. And, hopefully, like I said, I think I could build a society that would be a lot more fun than what this one is now. I mean, like I said, this one's still fun. It's all here. It's going back to that cake. Like, all the ingredients for a beautiful cake are here, but the icing on it, the icing on it's shitty. Just like those fucking, like I said, I think Andrew Tate and Nate Diaz and Jake Paul, I think they know how to fight. They've got the ingredients. But the icing on the cake are these shitty performances. It's the same thing with same thing with the society. Same thing with my fight, All the ingredients were there. I knew how to fight, that kid knew how to fight. But then, then ended up being like having a shitty ref, and the kid was just cheating the whole time. It's like, it went from anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. I went home and fucking had a beer after that. I didn't have any surgery. That kid had probably multiple surgeries after that fight. But, I don't know. I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for everybody. I hope we can get this figured out. Because this ain't it right now. It's not a good place. It's an okay place. Like I said, and again, the ingredients are there. The ingredients for a tasty cake are there, but the icing on the cake right now is rabbit turds. It's a mix of, yeah. It's like you have like a triple layer ice cream cake. Chocolate ice cream cake. With like fudge chunks in there. but then the icing is rat shit. So anyway, we out here.